Now we move to the three-dimensional figures. In three-dimensional figures, first of all we discuss about cuboid. The basic figure of cuboid. Cuboid is a basically three-dimensional figures which is having length and having breadth and height. The cuboid, we can take the examples of cuboid like a room. Room is in the form of a cuboid which is having length, breadth and height. Or you can say your notebook is also in the shape of a cuboid which is having length, breadth and height. We can find the volume of the cuboid as length into breadth into height, or the volume, it can be say in other way as the area of the base, that is L into B, area of base, that is L into B into height. The volume can be also written as area of base into height. The area of base is L into B, that is L into B is the area of base into height, that is H. Now the lateral surface area. Lateral surface area means we have to finding the area of the four walls, or you can say the four faces excluding the top surface and the bottom surface. The area of the four faces is twice H bracket L plus B. There is the lateral surface area, or you can say the area of the four walls of a room is defined as twice H bracket L plus B. Now we find the total surface area. Total surface area means the lateral surface area including the top surface as well as the bottom surface. So the total surface area is twice LB plus twice BH plus twice HL. By taking twice common, we get LB plus BH plus HL. This is the total surface area. We can find the diagonal of a cuboid. Let's say this point is A and this point is B. Now when we join these 2 points by a straight line, this is called the diagonal of a cuboid, and it is defined as under root of L square plus B square plus H square. Now we move to the next solid, that is cube. Cube is a special type of a cuboid in which length, breadth and height are of the same length, that is denoted by A. Now we can find all the formulas of cube by putting L equals to B equals to H equals to A in the formula of a cuboid. Let's say the volume of the cuboid is LBH. Now putting instead of L we put A, instead of B we put A, and instead of H we put A. So we get A into A, that is A cube. We can find the lateral surface area also, that is twice H bracket L plus B by putting A instead of LBH. We get twice A plus A, again 2A, 2A into 2A, that is 4A square. We can find the total surface area, that is twice LB plus BH plus HL. By putting A instead of LBH we get twice, instead of L we put A, instead of B we put A. A into A means A square again we get a square, again we get a square. So twice, 3 times a square, which is comes to be 6a square. Now the value of the diagonal is under root of l square plus b square plus h square, that is under root of a square plus a square plus a square, that is root 3a square, or you can say root 3 times the side. These are the formula for a cube and the cuboid. Now we move to the questions related to cube and cuboid. Now, next question is, one room breadth is double its height and half its length. If volume of room is 512 cubic meter, then the length of the room will be. So in this question, the breadth is double its height. Let we assume that the height is x centimeter, x meter. So the breadth is twice the height. So the breadth should be 2x meter. And now it is also given that the breadth is half of the length. So the breadth is half of length, or you can say that length is double of breadth, that is twice of 2x, that is comes to be 4x meter. So the volume is given as 512 cubic meter. We know that the volume of cuboid is length into breadth into height, that is 512 is equals to length is 4x, breadth is 2x, and the height is x. We get 8x cube is equals to 512. So the x cube is equals to 512 divided by 8, that is 64. And we know that the 64 is the cube of 4. So the value of x is 4 meter. So the value of x is 4. So the length is 4x. Length is equals to 4x. So 4 into 4, that is comes to be 16 meter. So the length is 16 meters. So according to option B is correct. Now we move to the next question. Three cubes whose age are 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter and 5 centimeter respectively are melted to form a single cube. Find the surface area of the new cubes. Now here we are melted the three cubes, each of, let's say, one cube of 3 and another cube of 4 centimeter side and another cube of side 5 centimeter. All these three cubes are melted to form a big cube. Let the side of the big cube is small a. Now as this big cube is made by these three small cubes, so the volume remains the same. That is, the volume of all these three cubes is equals to the volume of this big cube. And we know that the volume of the cube is a cube, or you can say side cube. The volume of the small cube of side 3 centimeter is 3 cube. Volume of this cube is 4 cube, and the volume of the cube of side 5 centimeter is 5 cube. The sum of these volumes is equals to the volume of this big cube, that is a cube. 3 cube is 27, 4 cube 64, 5 cube 125, which is equals to a cube. Then which is comes to be 216 is equals to a cube, and we know that 216 is the cube of 6, so we get a is equals to 6 centimeter. Now the side of the big cube is 6 centimeter, and we have to find the surface area of it. The surface area is equals to 6a square, that is 6 into 6 square, that is 216 centimeter square. So according to option D is correct. Now we move to the next question. A cube of 9 centimeter edge is immersed completely in a rectangular vessel containing water. If the dimension of the base are 15 and 12 centimeters, find the rise in the water level. In this question, we have a cube. We have a cube of side 9 centimeter is immersed in a rectangular rectangular vessel of base 15 centimeter by 12 centimeter. So let's say this rectangular vessel is filled with some water up to a height, let's say h. Now when we immerse this cube in this rectangular tank, when we immerse this cube in a rectangular tank, it will occupy some space in this tank. So because of that, the water level is rises. Let's say the water level rises up to this height, and the difference between these two levels of height, let's say denoted by h dash. So this level is rises due to the immersing of cube in the tank. So the volume of the cube should be the volume of this portion of the rectangular tank. This is 15, so this side should be 15. This is 12, so this should be 12. So the volume of the cube, that is 9 cube, should be equals to the volume of this portion. Volume of this portion. This is again in the shape of a cuboid with length 15, breadth 12, and the height is h dash. So the volume of the cuboid is 15 into 12 into h dash. So h dash is equals to 9 cube divided by 15 into 12. By solving this, we get the value as 4.05 centimeter. So according to option A is correct.